Project Insight simplifies working with files in the cloud using Office Connector add-on. This popular connector works with the Microsoft Office suite, including Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. To get started, your Project Insight administrator needs to download and install the connectors on your computer. To do this, go to Administration, Desktop Tools. You can download the Outlook connector, Office connector, and Project connector. If you do need more information about installing it, you can simply go to the Project Insight community, type in Office Connector installation, and you'll find lots of resources there. Okay, so you do know that you can upload a file from within Project Insight, and that's super easy. You just navigate to the place where you want to put the file, and you can select Add File from the upper menu, or you can use the right-click menu to add your file. Choose your file, and you can upload it, hitting Save. Now, before I hit Save, I'll point out that my system is set up so that every file uploaded automatically enables version control. That is a setting your administrator can put on by simply going to Administration, Files, and checking the checkbox. So let's hit Save, and you'll see the file. Another way to upload documents is by using the Office connector. So to do that, you simply open the file from your hard drive or your network, and in this case I'm opening up a Word document, and then you would go to your add-ins section. There you'll see two icons, Save to PI and Project Insight Settings. The settings are really only needed upon setup, and your Project Insight administrator will do that. However, if you do change your username or password, you're going to need to put that in there and then click Test My Settings, and that will keep you connected from your applications to your Project Insight. So that's really the only time you're going to need to know that. Most of the time, you're going to be using the Save to PI button, and it's exactly the same process in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So let's go ahead and click Save to PI. What it does is it gives you access to your Project Insight and the areas that you have permissions to. So you're simply going to navigate to the location where you want that document. And because it is a closing document, it's a postmortem, I'm going to go ahead and hit Save and upload that file. Now you'll notice I've got a dialog box here that's telling me that it worked, and I can go ahead and view that file right inside of Project Insight. So there it is. Now, one of the cool things that you can do is preview the file and give yourself the satisfaction of knowing that, yes, that is my file. That looks good. So let's say I want to edit this document, and I'm going to replace that logo with my own Project Insight logo. One of the things that you can do here is go ahead and edit the file and replace it. So in this case, let's just say I went ahead and I knew I had that document, so I can go ahead and replace that. And because I do have version control enabled, you'll notice that it just overwrote that old document. I have my Project Insight logo here, and it created a section here called Version History. So I can always go back to the older version of that document. So you see that right there. So that's one thing you can do there. Now, another thing that you can do is go ahead and open the document from the cloud. So let's go ahead and open that up. I clicked on the link and it's executing the application that it belongs with. And we're going to go ahead and make an edit. Let's make a dramatic edit here by adding a highlight, but you can edit anything you'd like. And then we'll go back to our add-in section and hit Save to PI. Again, it's going to navigate to the last location where I uploaded a file, and at this point I have two choices. Now what I want to do in this case is select the file that I'm working with. So I'm going to go ahead and select that and watch what happens. I'll hit Save, and it says, hey, do you want to overwrite that file? Just to make sure, and I'm going to go ahead and say yes, I do. Because I have that version control enabled, I'll show you what happens here. So now I have two previous versions with my most current version on top with the highlight. Now I can always go back to those older versions as you saw before. Now what's nice about that is, of course, I didn't have to resave that file down to the hard drive or network. And so that's how Office Connector makes it easier, fewer steps, and many fewer clicks to work with your files in the cloud. Now, as I said, there are two options. I showed you the best option when dealing with files and version control, but if you do want to save it as a completely separate file, you can simply just click Save. And what that's going to do is put a different file there in your list. So you do have both options. But again, if you're using version control, the best option is to use that overwrite. And as you can see, the same add-ons are available in both Excel and in PowerPoint. So it operates in exactly the same way.